Hello fellow Zelda fans, I'm Hyrule Monkey, and welcome to my channel. Welcome back to the returning viewers and subscribers. Thank you all so much for checking out another one of my videos. If you are new to the channel, I do like to do a bunch of tutorials featuring the Zelda games, doing walkthroughs, how-tos, everything that you can imagine, including theories when I have time to write them, craft them, and theorize about them. That's one of my things that I love to do here on the channel. I'm excited about Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and this is going to be a walkthrough tutorial guide on where and how to find all of the possible echoes that you can obtain prior to entering the Suthorn Ruins dungeon, which is the first dungeon that you will encounter in this game. Now this is going to be a spoiler-free as far as the story, as far as the bosses. This is just going to be some of the monsters that have been showcased, some of the echoes that you can obtain. There are going to be 19 that are obtainable before the first dungeon, most of which you're not even going to have to go out of your way to obtain. The first is going to start you in the dungeon of Hyrule Castle, where you get sent as the Princess Zelda. Starting off with Tri. Tri is going to create for us the wand that will allow us to use all these echoes. It's actually a rod, as it's called. Very reminiscent of the Light Dragon from Tears of the Kingdom is what I'm noticing. Same color schemes. It's definitely got some wisdom behind it. So we now have the Tri Rod. Really awesome name for this tool that we get to use. Super cool. So we're going to be able to make echoes. We're going to clone this table. We'll press ZL to learn that, and then we'll go ahead and start using it. Although I do believe I actually used ZR for that. Interesting. Anyways, we can now create a table. This is going to be the first echo that we can obtain in this game. So we'll go ahead and use this one to progress through this dungeon. And these are going to be kind of skipping around a little bit. I mean, it's all going to be linear, but some of these will be longer than others. We're going to clone this box. This is in the next room in Hyrule Castle dungeon. We got the wooden box echo, so we can use that to progress a little bit further through the game here. We go to the next room. We're going to be able to get these pots. We can learn the echo for the Hyrule Castle pot, which we'll be able to use to break and create sound to lure the guards elsewhere. They'll start investigating where that sound crashes at. Alright, after we get out of the main dungeon proper, we are able to clone the shrub, the decorative shrub echo. So we can get that one as well before leaving Hyrule Castle. This one's really useful for creating bridges across higher ledges. As seen here, we'll just drop 2 of those there and move right along. Once we drop on the other side, we get the old bed, which is very useful for creating bridges. So we got the old bed echo. We can go ahead and use it to create a bridge just by placing it and then placing a second one. Next up, we have the boulder echo. You can clone this before pushing it into the water, but this is in the very next room as well. And finally, we have the rock echo. This is after leaving the Hyrule Castle dungeon. It is right when you wake up. So we have the rock echo. This is useful for destroying enemies, destroying boxes, destroying crates when you don't have anything else to destroy. So we'll go ahead and create a rock echo here, throw it at the Zol, kill it. We now have the Zol echo. This is useful for a quest later on. We can now use these monsters to fight for us on our behalf. So next up we have the sea urchin. Create another rock. We will go ahead and throw it at the sea urchin, and we will get the sea urchin echo. Haven't found a use for this one yet, but I'm excited for it. Going down here into this dungeon, we will have some more echoes to find. This one will be the keys echo. Wait till it starts flying at you, and then you are able to kill it. Learn the keys echo here. Apparently I decided I wanted to throw a rock instead, but there is the keys echo. Go ahead and continue right along. Alright, we got the trampoline echo just chilling in the middle of the village. Really handy echo to have. We'll go ahead and bounce off that into the well where we will get the pot echo. I love how this little room is called the bottom of the well, a nice little nod to the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time with the mini dungeon bottom of the well that we get to participate in as young Link. Super cool there. Moving right along, just outside Suthorn Village, we have the first opportunity to learn the sign echo. Not super useful this one, but it is flammable, so keep that in mind as it goes throughout the game. Moving on to the next one, we will get another kind of Zol. It is like an Igneo Zol. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's this guy up here. We'll go ahead and create some rocks to throw at this Zol. Just create a few. It takes like 2 or 3 or 4 hits there. 3 hits. And now we have learned the Igni Zol Echo. The next echo is going to be the rope echo. It is a little snake, so we'll go ahead and throw that at it. It is a fast, it moves linearly and doesn't turn, but it is a lot faster than Zelda is, so keep that in mind. After learning the rope echo, the next one is going to be down here in this dungeon. We can also snag a heart piece here if you're keeping track of your heart pieces, but this is basically an armadillo. It's obviously not named that because what would be the fun in naming it just an armadillo? But it takes about 5 or 6 rocks. So we have 2. We have 3. We have 4. We have still 4. Still 4. 5. So it takes 6 of those to kill it. And this is a really hard name for me. It is a Caramadillo Echo. Now we have the Spear Moblin Echo. I like to use the Caramadillo to go ahead and kill that. It takes like 2-3 hits. And then we got the Spear Moblin we can learn. Really handy for taking out some of the Dark Knots later on. Next up, we're going to have a handy distraction for Spear Moblin. We get to learn the Meat Echo. This is also useful for other creatures that are hungry. Now we have one of the harder ones to get. This one is going to be the Pea-Hat Echo. This one's kind of difficult to kill. It spins at you. If it hits a rock or a wall, it will stop, allowing you to use the Caramadillo to do some damage. You might be able to use the Spear Moblin to do some damage while it is spinning. But I like to let this one hit the wall, hit the rock, run out of spin, and then use the Caramadillo on it. And it seems to work in about 3 to 4 hits on this guy here. Okay, we'll throw another one at him. Okay, that is done. Now we have the Pea-Hat Echo, and that is all 19 echoes you can obtain before entering the final dungeon. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you the next time I monkey around in Hyrule.